In this video, we're going to break down a pretty safe strategy that delivers a 90% win rate. But it's not all smooth sailing. There's one downside, and that's the number of entry points. To make our strategy safer, we have to sacrifice the number of entry points. But don't worry, I'll show you how it works. There's also an alternative option with a lower win rate, about 70%, but it gives you a lot more entry points. This strategy is also very versatile. It works for both the UTC market and the regular financial market. We'll go over that together as well. So after this video, you'll be able to use these two indicators, since I'll share all the entry points and all the settings with you. All you'll need to do is put this into practice and apply it to any market you choose. It's all very simple. We only have two factors for opening a trade. I'll share those with you in a moment. So you'll be able to trade and earn money very safely. The first trade brings me a profit of $1,800. Now, let's get to the essence of these indicators and the core of this strategy. Let's go! Here's an example from a regular currency market, Australian dollar to Canadian dollar. Here, all the factors line up for me right away. In other words, I see that there's a crossover here, with the red line on top. This crossover is near the 80 zone, so from here you can open a sell trade. Plus, at the moment, I see that the price has dropped below the moving average. Accordingly, this confirms that it's possible to open a trade downwards. So, just these two factors should bring me a profit. Let's watch this trade. As you can see, it's really a great move and an excellent profit. I'm making $1,700. Now, let's go over the settings for these indicators again, how to add them, what trade duration to set, and what candle time we need. Let's get started, but before that, let me tell you something. I want to remind you that our team has a VIP channel where we share signals every day. Right now, you can see the results of those trades, and you can also see the results of our students. If you want to earn just like that, then send us the phrase, "I want to become an elite member," and we will add you to this channel. All you need to do is follow the instructions, choose a currency pair, and open a trade after our signal. At the moment, our statistics show an 87% rate of successful trades, so you can confidently earn with us by following our signals. By the way, here you'll also find exclusive strategies that we share only in this channel. So take advantage of this. I'll leave the link in the description. Be sure to message us and, of course, join our elite community. So, which indicators do we need? We go here to the Indicators tab, add the stochastic oscillator and a moving average. Add these two indicators, and now we need to set them up. Click here on the pencil icon, change the period to 14, and set the moving average type to the second option. Click Save. Next is the stochastic oscillator, and this one is a bit more interesting. Here, we click on the same pencil icon and set the following values, 16 and 5. For the type, leave it as moving average, and then go to the Style tab. Here, we need to set the first period to green, the second period to red, and now our stochastic is fully saved. Once again, check the settings and apply them on your platform, and now we can start trading. And let me show you the moving average one more time. I hope you have time to set it up. If needed, pause the video and copy the settings. Now, let's figure out the entry points. Take a look. From here, on the Euro/Australian dollar, we can open a buy trade. So, as you can see, there's a crossover happening here, and here we have the green line on top. All of this is happening near the lower line. So, I understand that from here we can open a buy trade. Plus, the price is above the moving average. But there's a catch. This isn't the safest version of the strategy right now. This is exactly the one that's responsible for the number of trades. We'll determine this using 15-second candles or 30-second candles, for example, on the 30-second chart. Here, there's not even a signal, but on the 15-second chart there is. So, if you want to trade safely, set it to 30 seconds. These trades were at the beginning. You saw an example of them. Now I'm showing an example of a less safe trade, but even here we have good movement. So, if you want a lot of entry points and you're okay with not having a super high win rate, if 70% is fine for you, set it to 15 seconds. If you want a really super safe entry point, then set it to 30 seconds per candle, and then you'll have a very high level of safety. Look, let me show you what happened again. Right here, I saw a crossover. The green line came out on top. This crossover is located near the lower line. So, at the moment of entry, the price was above the moving average. For me, that's a perfect buy signal. I entered a buy trade and made $1,600. Look, it's the same currency pair, but now, after some time, we have a sell signal, but this time on the 15-second chart. So right now, I'm actually taking a big risk, opening a second trade in a row on the 15-second time frame. But let's look at the stats. It's really interesting. Here we had a crossover, with the red line on top. Accordingly, the price, or rather, these values, were in the upper zone, so the sell signal should be relatively safe. At the moment I opened the trade, the price was below the moving average. All the factors lined up for me, so I opened a sell trade, but I did it on the 15-second chart. If we look at the 30-second chart, we'll see that there's no sell signal here. But at least for now, maybe it will show up soon, since the stochastic value is very high, but at the moment I can't see it. Just now a signal is starting to appear. Actually, it's not even a full signal yet, it's just beginning to form, specifically a sell signal on the 30-second chart. Just look at the difference. On the 15-second chart, my trade closed at a loss, but on the 30-second chart, as you can see, the signal is only just starting to form. So with this trade, I missed out, as you can see, 15 seconds. They don't always perform well. And if you don't see a crossover on the 30-second chart yet, you shouldn't enter the trade. Yeah, and the same goes for the 15-second chart. So let's cover this loss, this $3,000 loss on another currency pair, and we'll open a trade on 30-second candles on the OTC market. But before that, I want to remind you, if you have any questions, or if you want a consultation, or if you want to get a strategy, send us a direct message. I'll leave a link to our account in the description. You can ask any question there. You can get answers about psychology, about strategy, about your specific analysis, whatever interests you, whatever you want to know, and of course, you can chat with our traders. In short, I'll leave a link to our direct messages in the description. Don't be shy, reach out to us with any questions you have. The link is in the description and in the pinned comment, and now let's move on. Look, here we have the Swiss franc and the Norwegian krone. Here we can see the situation where there's a crossover from above right here. All of this is in the 80 zone, and accordingly, the price is below the moving average. Yeah, my entry point isn't the best, of course, but if you look at the neighboring movement and how things are going on the OTC market, you can expect a pretty decent downward move. Let's watch this trade. By the way, on the OTC market, it's pretty common for the chart to move in exactly this kind of pattern. So, you can wait for the stochastic indicator to come down into the lower zone, for example, like it does here. It was at the top, then it goes straight down, then up again, and then from the top down again. And somewhere around here, we can already expect a reversal and start looking for a new entry point to buy. On the regular market, this doesn't happen as often. You might see one such fluctuation, and then the price just stays somewhere in the middle and doesn't move anywhere. But here, everything looks really nice and works very well. I cover my loss and made $2,700 in profit. As you can see, it's a very simple strategy that absolutely any beginner can handle. So, I'll leave all the useful links in the description. Don't forget to subscribe to this YouTube channel and like this video, because I put in a lot of effort just for you and I'm sharing a really cool, effective strategy that actually brings profit. All the useful links will be in the description. Be sure to check them out. Look into this topic and join our community. I'll say goodbye for now, and see you in the next video.